time before dark. This man spreads alcohol on the doorstep to cover the smell of himself and his dog. After entering the house, all the exits were sealed with steel plates. Even this man hides in the bathtub when he sleeps, because when night falls, it's no longer a human world. The only way to survive this apocalypse is to be on guard at all times. It turns out that 90% of the world's population is already dead. The remaining 9% have been infected with a virus that turns them into night devils who only come out to feed at night. Because Will's body has developed antibodies to the virus, he and his dog are the 1% of the city's survivors who have survived until now. Because night demons only come out to feed at night, this also gives Will the opportunity to go out and look for supplies. Though it's a comfortable life without spending money. But he didn't give up on researching drugs to fight the night demon virus. He kept a lot of mice in the basement of his house. He's been experimenting on them with his own serum. But he couldn't find anything by experimenting on these rabid mice. Then one day, Will had a surprise. He found that one of the mice became calmer after being injected with his serum, as if the serum had worked, which meant Will had to capture a night demon to test it out. Soon Will had a chance to catch a night demon. One day, Will was out hunting with his dog. Suddenly, he spotted a deer running into the darkness. He called out to the dog to stop, but the dog wouldn't listen, because night crawlers are afraid of sunlight. But in the darkness, they're fine. As he watched the last of his companions go into the darkness, Will had no choice but to walk in. But when he came in, he realized that only the head of the deer had been left behind. He thought he might be able to create a trap to catch the nightmare in the building. So he used his own blood as bait and poured it over the dark basement exit. Then he set a trap on the floor. As time went by, there was a sound of footsteps in the darkness. The next second, a night demon fell into Will's trap. But as soon as he got there, another one came out of nowhere and stared him in the eye. At first, Will didn't notice anything was wrong, but when he brought it back to the lab, he realized it was a female nightmare. But Will's capture of the female nightmare brought him a great disaster.